Chicho's is exactly right, and let me say he has been an absolute great supporter of this project. It has become a great partnership with him. He was in our office yesterday, and we had an opportunity to talk again, but we meet with him probably twice a week because the synergy of what we can attract here as an international global gateway logistics hub fits with the airport's vision. So it becomes a great partnership to help promote that logistics hub. But to put in an international airport today, and I know people have talked about Batangas or Cavite, but it's not realistic.
Yes.
An international air hub today requires vast amounts of real estate, with flat real estate, and the navigation easements, which is the vertical height around an airport. People don't know that airports actually acquire the vertical space above, so people can't build above certain heights. To do that requires vast condemnation or nationalization or expropriation of lands, and that's just not feasible today with the environmental studies that have to go on. So it's not only the cost, it's also the siting.
Yes.
So Pampanga, with its relatively flat geography, topography, the airport is already here, and now with the Northern Luzon Expressway, and the vision of the people who put in the Subic-Clark-Tarlac Expressway says that this is it.
This is
and it was just given, if you will, to the Philippines because of what had come out, and then the President's vision now to make this an international gateway.
So you're telling us right now that the President was not parochial when she decided to do all things here, and this is a correct decision, a studied one, and really the best for the country.
I believe yes. I believe without doubt that maybe she is from Pampanga and that's coincidental.
Yeah, coincidental.
But I believe her vision was based on economics. And for someone who studied with President Bill Clinton in Washington, D.C. and majored in economics, I believe she's seen this as the best interest of the Philippines. Now I can tell you as an American company, as a Kuwaiti investor, as other international entities, we all believe that DMIA is in fact the international gateway. Because its proximity to Manila, its proximity to major toll roads now, the interchange of Subic-Clark-Tarlac, Northern Luzon, the ability of the North Rail project to come in, and I understand that there's some controversy associated with it, but that will happen. And we believe that DMIA, despite any issues associated with open skies, will continue to see more and more flights. Because the business community is going to drive that, not the political community. And I think you're seeing the business community doing it today. It's happening now. So this was not a parochial decision. This is a business decision that says Texas Instruments wants to be here. Hanjin wants to be in Subic.
And you're here.
And we're here. And Sutherland's here. And AOL's here. And all the big companies are coming here or in Subic. And the Subic-Clark corridor, Secretary Pamantuan, BCDA, all of the parties who see that are working as something that if all the Filipino people united behind it, it would even move a lot faster. So no, it's a business decision, not a political.
Okay, I got to stop you there because I've been being signaled. We've gone overtime for the first portion, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Mr. Dennis Wright, head of Peregrine Development International. It's so nice to hear guys who've been around the world, done all the things, talk about this. It raises the morale of the people in Central Luzon, especially those living within the Clark community. We'll have a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, we have more questions we'll raise to Mr. Dennis about the project itself after these messages.
Kaunlaran. Kailangan ng isang damdamin na naiintindihan ang pangangailangan ng mamamayan. Isang kaibigan na handang tumulong. Isang ina na bukas ang puso para sa lahat. Isang paninindigan na tuparin ang sinumpaang tungkulin maglilingkod. At maging liwanag katulad ng araw na tanlaw ng sambayanan kaagapay sa kaulanan.
Savers Digital Hub Appliance Depot is a 3C store. Complete line of consumer electronics, communication gadgets, and computers. For over 20 years now, Savers Mart has grown that far, now with 16 branches to serve you. Savers Digital Hub Appliance Depot, your total home and business solution.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back for the second portion of today's special edition. Of course, we're talking about the newest project, which I said when I introduced Mr. Dennis Wright as something that steered the hornet's nest. It's the Global Gateway Logistics City. Mr. Dennis, please talk about this. So, right now, even the location, when you talk about the roads and the highways leading to it, the people in Angeles and in the environs will know what you're talking about. So please.
Well, and right behind me on this pictogram
Yes.
is a schematic of it, but maybe it'd be easier, I can talk a little bit to this here, and if you have that image and people can
Yes.
see it. But the site was formerly known as Industrial Estate 5.
Okay.
That was the site.
IE5 they call it before.
That's correct.
Yeah, Industrial Estate 5.
And it's the area that's bounded by Mabalacat on the west,
Yes.
the Subic-Clark Tarlac Expressway
Yes.
on the east, and the interchange connector between NLE and the Subic-Clark Tarlac Expressway. And on the south by Rojas, M.A. Rojas.
M.A. Rojas Highway.
So you've got, if you can picture, for those that
Yes.
are familiar with it, and they can picture coming in with the SM Mall on the
Yes.
right, the cemetery, and I'd like to spend a
Yes.
little time about that later, but the cemetery on the right, and then you have Yokohama, Nanox, LNK, SMK, Adirons, electronic manufacturers there. It's that area that is behind them.
Yes.
That is parallel between the Subic-Clark Tarlac Expressway and the city of Mabalacat. It is 167 hectares.
Yes.
And as you said at the beginning, it is bigger than Fort Bonifacio.
Yes.
It is bigger than Makati. So that gives your audience
Yes.
an appreciation of just how big this project is. And ideally, it becomes the ideal logistics center. Now, we seen this coming. Common sense business drove it. But the major interchange for Clark
Yes.
is right in the center of the target. So on this schematic that we have,
Yes.
the Subic-Clark Tarlac interchange
Okay.
between the city of Mabalacat and then Dinalupian today. But the,
City of Mabalacat, you're now calling it a city, huh?
yeah.
Soon it will be once you have this project.
Well, absolutely, and I'll tell you, both Angeles and Mabalacat are going to benefit tremendously. We already see
Tremendously, huh?
signs of the growth.
Yeah,
You see it in the community already. You see building. So the main interchange for Clark will be in the middle of this site,
Okay.
the middle of the 167 hectares. And in fact, if you remember, we had the groundbreaking ceremony
Yes.
right in the middle of that road. Now, I want to make sure people understand that credit belongs to BCDA, General
Yes.
Abaya, BCDA, who funded that interchange
Yes.
and that road, and it is being built by Hazama, and that road will open an interchange in February.
February, right.
And that means that people will come off right in the middle of the 167 hectare
Yes.
tract of land. Now, maybe
So as soon as they get off or get off
they're in the logistics city.
in the logistics city.
Now, let's take a minute. Why did we call it Logistics City? Sheikh Mohammed in Dubai, the ruler of Dubai, is, I believe, perhaps one of the most brilliant businessmen and political leaders and leaders in the world today. And his vision was to create Dubai as an international city
Yes.
in the Middle East.